We love hip hop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to save that, and I'm going to ask you this last one here.
Okay.
Why do Drake,
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole only do outside of the culture mainstream media interviews rather than like some of the platforms that they might have even gotten that came up on their way up? You know what I'm saying? The podcast or different Hot 97s and different places where they once upon a time got their shine.
Yeah.
Now the only time you ever see Kendrick in an interview is maybe I don't know. When do you even see him in an interview?
Never.
J. Cole, where
Right?
he's literally
Where do you
sitting
see
down with
Drake in
somebody else.
really interviews too? Where?
Well, he did the
When?
Rap Radar one years ago, but besides that, like, you know, he popped up on the LeBron thing with the
that's
shot.
what he does. That's what he does. He
But
does
that's like
big things.
he's freaking LeBron James, fam.
That's what.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and even not just J. Cole, Kendrick, or Drake. You know, I heard the Breakfast Club complaining about Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
About on her way up. You know what I'm saying? She's doing all these different things. She was in the building at one point in time over at the iHeart building. She passed right by them to go do an interview with some other mainstream people, or she'll be sitting on The View or one of these other places and not pulling up to their own people. And Academics made that observation on his Twitch, and he started going. It basically caught steam. I'll play a little bit of what he said.
Okay, let's go.
You have to try to help me understand what his goal is. I just don't like when people that have thrived off of platforms, off of people, off of personnel, media personalities, bloggers, journalists, writers of any sort, they have used those people to build a career, and once they feel like there's no more use for those people, the only people they want to sit down with or extend their platform, which is usually exponentially bigger than the platforms of the people who helped them get to that point. The only person they want to sit down with is somebody that's not in the culture. Okay, they want to go have these crossover talks, which I'm not knocking it because everybody wants to keep growing, and you should look for other audiences. But usually it's at the expense, and you know, it's then it causes that that gap between the people who help you build there, who now really do have some questions for you, but can't get to ask you questions because you've separated yourself from the culture. And the only time we can hear you talk about anything about music or anything about rap is when we have to watch ESPN with you sitting down with Bob Myers.
Right, because he was on the ESPN interview.
Yeah, but dog, that's big boy shit.
But that's what he's saying. Why can't you do both? Yes, do the big boy shit. Yeah, but like remember, there's all these platforms, Complex, all these places that interview these guys on their way up, and now they can't see them again. They can't answer the phone. They won't answer a DM.
You're not supposed to see me again. You're not supposed to see me again. That's it.
But that's not cool, fam.
I understand.
It's like niggas turn Hollywood technically.
They just move on. They gotta keep elevating, dog. I was there. And when they go back to it, they see that I was there, so that enhances the thing.
Yeah, they can go on to the old interview, yes.
Right. What it is that Academics is speaking from like a fan point of view. Let's just be honest now. Now, a lot of these blogs, writers and shit, they always came at these guys, whether it was a good news or bad news.
Yeah.
Now, you don't know, like some of these guys could be taking this bad news to heart and be like, you know what? I ain't never going on that motherfucking show.
Yeah.
So when the agents call and be like, hey, you want to do? They're like, nah, dog, take me to Jimmy Fallon.
Or take me to TMZ.
Like, no, that's automatic. TMZ follows you around all day. They pay for that, the paparazzi.
Yeah, but you know the one when they go over to the office and they go talk to them over there?
Yeah, even
like
that. They can't get him there.
Or get them on Zoom.
But they couldn't get guys like J. Cole there. Or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'd cross over.
Their blogs.
Yeah, like he'll have the hip hop historian tour. You know what I mean? Torre coming, like you'll do that before you're gonna do
Yeah. Okay.
You
Torre,
know,
yes.
Torre is like a different.
Oh, that's a perfect person to bring up because he's elevated into the mainstream. You know, you could see him on BT, you could see him on different places doing interviews. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I could see maybe J. Cole pull up on a Torre.
You're gonna pull up,
but I ain't seeing Drake pull up on a Torre.
No, because he's gonna go the different route. He goes to Lil Yachty.
Yeah, Drake. You might have to take out of the equation, and not just because I'm his invisible lawyer, right?
Yeah.
He does interviews, but in different ways, like the Lil Yachty one.
Thank you.
That one with the Barstool that he did.
Yes.
Which was like a weird interview, but it was like still an interview, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Asking him about his son and stuff.
But it wasn't an interview. Like it, like really asking these guys maybe tough questions, different things like that, where you're like, okay, you know, let's really talk.
Yeah.
I feel like academics might have a point. These guys kind of avoid that when they get to a certain level. And then they go to these guys who hit them with softball questions or stuff that they might not even know to ask them because they're not in the culture like that, fam. Right? So you're not going to get the same
point
interview.
Of their show. That's the point of their show when they go to the like Barstool, when they went to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's honestly the artistic side to it. It's kind of more interesting. I'm being real. Than per se he goes to like $1 million worth of game. Like, come on. But Gilly's just going to be asking him some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? And then Wallow's going to be giving him the game. Like,
okay, but what about like a Big Boy? Big Boy over there in LA.
Big Boy is on his come up. He already did that. He did that on his come up already.
Well, this is what Ak is saying. These guys who you did on your come up, these guys are not like, and I'm not talking about like We Love Hip Hop or any of us who are like still super underground, right? Even though it would be nice. However,
great.
These guys like the Hot 97s, even the Breakfast Club, these are all prominent, popular
Drake
platforms.
Don't fuck with Charlamagne. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, like you got to see it for where it is. So these guys then curate their avenues on how to keep themselves relevant by still being like, yo, fuck that nigga. I'll go over here and do this my way, nigga. And I'll go over here to this white boy who's asking me some fuck shit, but it got over 1 billion goddamn views, more than the people who in my culture, my on the block, who's just gonna go scan through it, go in the comment and be like, fuck Drake. Like, it's a difference, right? Our people, I'll be real, dog, we're quick to flip and tear shit down on certain senses, even if we're not feeling it, or we are feeling it.
Yeah.
We tear it down. So then you expect some of these guys to really come back to you, even if you're a guy you've never said shit about him.
Yeah.
Or you've never ever put out no false or no bad shit about these artists, right? They can still be like, nah. Because the last guy was just like crazy.
But here's the thing. Now when they start coming down, right? Because, and I'm not saying, because these guys are so up.
Yeah.
I don't even ever see Drake on a decline where it's like he's just trying to scrounge. But there's other examples of people like what goes up must come down. Right? So now, let's say any of these artists coming down who were dissing these platforms while they were up. They can't turn around and be like, yo, let's do an interview now that you're on your way down.
They create their own, dog. Look at Troy Ave.
Yeah, but Troy Ave still will get, on Math Hoffa's platform and different places. Like, he'll go around and do interviews.
Yeah.
Niggas will still accept him and
but
have him sit on the chair.
Not now, because some people are on the fence about him, right?
Nah.
So now you create your own shit. And then you start going.
And he could just make his own podcast.
All right, yeah. So now he has his own label, J. Cole.
Yeah.
He has his own label. So he's on another movement. He's in, right now, I think, New York, doing some like workshop with kids.
Yeah.
And like, bringing hip hop together.
And he's doing the basketball thing too. He's not even on the rap like that.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like he's a whole different element now of entertainment, right? So you can't expect him or these guys when they're at that level to come down.
Yeah.
When they're in their mind, they're up. Remember, that's a drug now. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a drug. That's a dopamine. Like, they're like, I'm going to go do 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
I'm going to do Rolling Stone.
I just figure, and this is just me, and I guess I agree with Ak.
I hear you.
They can do both. You could do 60 Minutes and still pull up on Ebro and do an interview with Rosenberg and them.
Okay, so
you know what I'm saying?
Drake does it with that dude where they're sitting like by a pool. some like so like he looks I don't know if he's half breed or he's Arabic or something.
Zane Lowe.
Zane Lowe.
Yeah.
Right? Come on.
That was back in 2016 though, fam. The last time him and Zane Lowe linked up.
Lowe, yeah, but
like even that, like, can Zane Lowe get another Drake interview at this point? You know what I'm saying? Or is Drake too big for Zane Lowe and Apple Music and them? You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
because
who's he in the deal with right now?
Who, Drake?
Yeah.
He's still with Universal.
Universal, right? Didn't they give him a whole bunch?
They give him like 400, 500 million.
Yeah, dog. And he has to do how many albums? So he's doing the joint venture ones.
I don't know how many albums he has in that deal, but I know that he's
like about probably 10.
Yeah, probably.
Right? And he's almost halfway there.
Yeah, he's already cranked out like 3 last year.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to do the podcast. Like, he wouldn't have to do the small guy run.
It's not hurting their sales. Don't get me wrong.
No, but he links that to now his artists under him. To the other guys.
The Roy Woods, the Smileys, all those guys.
Yeah, dog. You have to see if we're on a business sense where we're going with it now, right? He has to elevate the thing.
You know what would be nice?
Yes.
An OVO interview. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the head final boss, Drizzy Drake.
Yeah.
With his whole team. It doesn't have to be here, but it would be great if it was here.
Okay.
But the final boss, Drizzy Drake.
Yeah.
With Baka, Division, Majid Jordan, Party Next Door, Roy Woods, Smiley, all in just like a big round table or like a big room with just all his whole team. Yeah. You know what I mean? You have him sit in the middle and just have his whole team there, and like, you know what I mean? You get to ask him questions so it takes the focus away from him of like, yo, Drake. Like, make it a team interview and just big up the whole team.
Where like he tends to like, he actually interacts with them so much that he knows little things about them where he could start speaking to them about their passions or whatever.
You have him chime in every once in a while in the interview, but let the rest of the man's talk and you have him there. So you're like, yo, Drake's there. But like, yo, I want to hear from Party. I want to hear, yo, how is it to work with Drake? And he's there. How is it to work with Party? You know, and you're asking Drake, how is it to, you know, how did you find Smiley? And he answers the question with Smiley there and then maybe Smiley. Yo, and that would be amazing content.
That would be actually great.
You know how like these other labels, they go with their team? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they'd be like, yo, this is my artist, such and such, this is my next artist.
Like Cash Money back in the day.
Yes.
Hot Boys.
But Drake does that. With his squadron, with his whole OVO team.
Yo, and he has to take that Cash Money element and bring it like just halfway, like, you know? With the OVO vibe. I feel that.
Sit at the table with all mad chains, be the big boss at the table, and you ask him some questions, but like, this is about the team. You'd be like, yo, listen, let Smiley answer that one. Let Smigs will answer that one better than me.
Still wearing chains. You would never have been in the house.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that would be the firest. Yo, somebody else takes that. Remember where you heard it first, okay?
All the time.
Let's get out of here, man.
We love hip hop.